And now these colleges are now want to renounce Bill Cosby because he did all this wild shit in the 70s. Again, nigga, it's the 70s.
I agree with that.
I'm not gonna renounce shit. Yo, Bill Cosby gave me money. He gave me what, $2 million grant? Cool.
Look,
He did what? He did. He sexually assaulted bitches with fucking quaaludes and drugs. Man, that sucks. That sucks.
I agree with everything there.
Yeah. No,
the thing is, he said it on camera though. You cannot say that in this age on camera and think niggas not finna let you slide. Like, that's my only problem with it.
Agree. Trust me.
He fucked up. I can't defend you now. I can't defend you. I was cool.
Agree,
I was on his side up until he did that, and then I was like, nope, can't do it. You know better. You should know better.
Yeah. I agree. But I'm still not gonna remove his name from fucking Black, cause.
Oh no, of course not.
I got XYZ college, and I know how much this shit costs. Yeah, nah. This nigga gave millions of dollars to my college. I'm not gonna say shit. Yo, you can go to school, bitch, right now because Bill Cosby. He ain't raping you. He ain't fucking sexually assaulting your ass right now, is he?
I mean, not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, let's be real. The Bill Cosby that did that is not the same Bill Cosby that exists today.
Nah, that nigga is gone. Drugged the fuck
Yeah, he's
out.
gone. That's not the same man. So I'm not putting him in jail now. It's kind of like fucked, in my opinion.
All right. Let's draw some parallels here now.
Go for it.
How much of this can you compare to the Harvey Weinstein situation?
Yeah, the problem is, what do we celebrate about Harvey Weinstein?
I mean,
honest question.
Don't he make movies and shit? That's art.
Yeah. He makes movies.
I mean, he produces movies.
He signs his name. But is he
doesn't he
there?
Provide money for the movies though? He produces them, right?
Yeah, he's a producer.
Again, is it him or his organization?
I mean, his name still hold weight though. You can't say his name don't hold weight though, bro. It wouldn't be a big deal if his name didn't hold weight.
That's why bitches are fucking him.
We're comparing Bill Cosby to Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein actually raped people. Bill Cosby didn't.
Yeah, I feel like what Harvey Weinstein did is worse. Like, I don't know. It's a little more.
Harvey Weinstein was a nigga that was literally like calling bitches into his office. Hey, come here, suck my dick for this literal role. Bill Cosby. Hey, bitch, come here. Let's do drugs together. While you're on the drug, you don't exactly consent, and yeah, shit happens, right? Which of the two is worse? Which would you have? And again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. Which would you have your sister subjected to?
See, in my mind, I have them both on. In my mind, they're both on the same scale. They're both comparable.
It's not though. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not.
It's the same.
All right.
They're different situations, but they fall under the same blanket term.
I'm pulling this to personal shit, right? So, my ex-girlfriend, I dated her for 7 years. Her ass got impregnated by a friend of her father's because he raped her ass for literally a year and a half straight, right? I wanted to murder the shit out the guy when I found out. But you know what happened? I was with her. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a father to this kid, so on and so forth. She had a miscarriage, yada, yada, yada. It's old history at this point. We're fucking 8 years past it. Like, trust me, I've moved the fuck on. But during that moment, I'm sitting there. No, actual rape is actual rape. If we're doing drugs together, and yes, your ass can't consent while you're doing drugs, but we're doing drugs together, is my point. That is different than your ass getting fucking pinned down and raped. There is a difference there. I don't give a fuck what you have to say.
Okay, well, hold on. First off, I'm not disagreeing with you here. You're over exaggerating a little bit.
I'm not. Harvey Weinstein
listen,
raped people.
Bill Cosby raped people.
No, Bill Cosby didn't rape anyone. He did drugs with people.
And then they had sex unconsensually, which is rape, correct?
Look at the literal court cases, right? Again, legal definition is rule. Bill Cosby has never been charged with rape. Yes or no, right?
I mean, he in jail now.
No, he's in jail, but he's not in jail for rape. It's my point.
How are you defining rape? I guess is the question.
That was never the legal definition. We're talking about legal definition.
Okay, fair enough.
We are talking about legal definition. Bill Cosby has never been charged with rape. Yes or no? And he's charged right now with shit. Yes or no?
What is he charged with, like, technically? Like, sexual misconduct or what?
Sexual misconduct. He was never charged with rape in the first place. He wasn't originally, and then that was dismissed when it came out, the story about how it all happened, right? Harvey Weinstein is facing rape charges. So are you going to equate them the same?
I mean...
The way I can see it being two different things is if you define rape being with force, then yeah, okay, they're two different situations. Right?
Yeah. I think that's the line though, right? Like when people hear that it was forced, it's kind of like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? But if it's like he said earlier, like if I'm getting fucked up with you, you know, that's kind of a different story. That's kind of fucked to like get high with somebody and then later be like, oh yeah, he raped me. Because
again, the conversation is a very different conversation when we're saying, hey, what we're actually charged with. Bill Cosby is facing jail time for sexual misconduct and not rape. Like social media, all that shit, we get involved in that, and then we like, oh yeah, Bill Cosby was out there raping bitches. He wasn't. It was worse. Well, not worse. I'm sorry. It was different, right? And now Harvey Weinstein's being charged with some fugazi ass shit. Like this nigga was out there raping motherfuckers. Like, yo, you want this part, bitch? All right, bend the fuck over the table. Like, yeah, no, like he was out there raping.
I mean, that's more like prostitution though than rape.
Yeah, and see, I would disagree because.
Yeah, I would disagree.
Because they don't have to take it. They could be like no and just not get a career.
They don't have to do it, but they're going to get blackballed.
Hey, prostitution is a.
What's up, Itachi? By the way.
What's up? Prostitution is an upstanding fucking profession, right? Dude, I'm all for this, right? Like, I want dudes to be able to go buy sex.
If they want to, yeah, it should be legal.
If they want to buy sex, go buy sex. Why? Because it keeps a lot of you niggas fucking sane.
And they're gonna do it anyway. You might as well like make it safe.
It keeps you from doing stupid shit.
It might
like Harvey Weinstein and bitches. See, if he could just pay for it, maybe he wouldn't have to blackmail bitches into it. You know.
He got all the money to do it.
He doesn't have to go to Vegas, right? Like he doesn't have to go to Vegas.
Yeah, yeah. Wink, wink. You know. But yeah,
it goes down to Vegas.
It stays there, bro. I don't. What do you mean?
It stays away.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Oh man, it's lit, man. We live, by the way. Do we do intros? Fuck it. Itachi, what's up, man? Thanks for showing up. Actually, how you feeling?
Chilling.
Hi, we're all pieces.
Feeling good. I might not be in here too long, man. Niggas got working. I was at 5. I'm here though.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna just say this for anybody that's viewing this right now. We are all pieces of shit.
Facts.
We're not
except
like,
for me, of course.
Social. We're not fucking. We're not professionals.
This is a degenerates podcast, okay?
Yes. Cool. Just as a preface, right?
Yeah, preface that. What you been playing, Itachi?
I was playing Warframe earlier. Been playing Soul Calibur. I tried out Sunset Overdrive. That's about it.
How was that? How was Sunset, man? I want to get that.
It's cool, but I hear the beginning of the game is boring, so I gotta wait a little bit longer. That's where it starts getting better.
Okay.
What type of game is that?
It's like it's kind of like Infamous or like.
So it's an action genre.
Yeah, like third-person action game. Yeah. Game Changer, what's up, bro?
Third-person action open world /shooter.
So you have a character. Is it part of the story?
Playing
Is it
Warframe.
what's going on? Alright.
Create your own character, and then there's a story that you follow.
It's pretty cool looking. You might want to check
I'd
it
say
out.
just look up the gameplay. Be easier.
Yeah.
To understand what's going on. Yeah, explain.
Hey, Stiff, do you have gameplay playing while he's talking about this?
Not of or not of. I could grab some. Game Changer, what's up? What you been playing?
I think that would actually work.
I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2.
I got you. Playing Destiny 2? Ew.
Yeah.
Why would you do such a thing?
It's not a bad game.
Yeah.
Why would you lie like that?
A lot of people say it's such a bad game.
How are you liking the expansion and everything they've added outside of the vanilla game?
Shit needs to be balanced.
How so?
The Thunderlord is completely OP.
Wow. A Bungie game is unbalanced? No way.
They
Right.
released it and it's just too much.
So what character are you playing? Are you playing the unbalanced character? Are you playing with your friends with a balanced character? What are you doing?
I play by myself and I play a hunter.
That's dope. That's dope. All these friends and you playing by yourself for what? For why?
Because ain't nobody want to play that. Blacksmith
Striking. It's very telling.
Never be on Destiny 2.
That's very telling.
Ever.
I need to get back to it.
Have you ever asked inside chat like, "Hey guys, let's play Destiny"? You know, I'm trying to do that.
Because ain't nobody be on.
Soul Calibur done took over my life. My
bad. Facts. Perp, what you up to, bro?
Playing Dead Cells.
Hey, failing at Dead Cells? That game is fucking lit, by the way. It's so good, bro.
Steve is calling me. Give me a second.
Oh,
Alright,
he's in here. Hola, Casey.
Hola, señoritas.
Hola.
Hi, sir.
There's somebody in the chat walling.
Spy, what's up, bro? What's up? What you playing?
I've been playing a lot of the Spiral remaster.
Oh no, go figure.
My man.
Oh man, you would have never guessed.
I know, right?
I have a question for you, sir.
Oh God.
Did you play the Crash Bandicoot remaster and then comparative? Yeah, I agree. But comparative to that, did they do a good job? Because Ubisoft is actually a really good company. Did they do a good?
Like just remastering the 3 games in general.
Yes. How is Spyro?
The graphics look really good. They did a really good job with that. The character designs that they redid look really good. Some of the physics are a little off, if I want to get nitpicky, but
get nitpicky. You're a gamer. Get nitpicky.
Yeah, go in.
Care about your opinion.
Yeah, some of the old school mini games, like in the third Spyro, like the skateboard mini game. Some of those physics are messed up.
Year of the Dragon is what you're talking about. So explain, please.
So, like in the OG version, if you hit a wall, you're done. Like you're off the board. Like that's it. There are a couple walls where you can bounce off the wall and still be on the board. I'm not really a fan of that.
Okay.
And then some of the jump mechanics aren't working that well either. They didn't code that right.
Yeah, I heard similar things about the Crash remake too, though. Like how the hitbox has changed or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, shit, the Crash remake is so fucking trash, dude. Like playing through it, and my girlfriend bought the game originally, right? So I'm playing on it, like getting shit unlocked for her so she can go along and play it or whatever. But playing the Crash remake is literally like taking your face and rubbing it against concrete
Jesus.
and enjoying it. Like it's.
Oh man, that sounds kind of good though.
It's 60 FPS on PC though. It's probably better.
I like Dark Souls, so and I like the old Crash games. I might actually want to try that. Sounds pretty good.
Give it a
30
try.
frames ruined it for me.
And that's probably it, because I played it on console. I didn't play it on PC. So a lot of the frames, you're jumping from board to board, and you're like, hey, I should have made that jump, and I just shorted it for some fucking reason. I don't know how. I timed it right, and yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, I heard that complaint quite a bit, like in the reviews and stuff. So I might want to try the PC version. I don't know, but at the same time, the OG games were 30 frames, and but it was a different time though then too, right? Like
yeah.
I couldn't tell the difference back then. But now I can.
Yeah.
I know what the frame rate was when I was 6 years old.
Facts. Plus, I think when the 3D era came, like a majority of those games were 30 frames at that point. Like there wasn't that many 60 frame games, like in the PlayStation era. Like not that I can think of.
Oh, absolutely. If you guys remember Power Stone, one of the original OG like party fighting games.
The GOAT.
Power Stone was not 60 FPS.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't understand frame rates back then, so I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
All I knew was that
glorious time where none of us did. We do none of this nerd shit. We just looked at the pretty colors and pressed buttons.
Power Stone is amazing.
What a great time.
Glorious.
What a great
KC, what's up? What you been playing, bro? Or what have you been playing, fam?
It's the game I've been playing is Borderlands lately.
Facts, a classic. I love Borderlands too.
Yep.
I love Borderlands.
Why have you been playing Borderlands? Expand to us, please. Share.
Why? Because certain individuals forced me to do it without my consent.
What? Nobody should have to force you to play Borderlands. It's so good that
You weren't forced, sir. Why are you playing Borderlands?
Because it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, and it brought me back to the good old days.
Facts, bro. The good times.
What good old days when players actually played together and had fun?
When you could actually find randoms on the mic still.
Right.
Yeah.
When I didn't have to worry about what I was gonna be called.
Yeah.
I mean, if you played PC long enough, trust me, you always had to worry about being called a faggot. Like, it was
from the rip. Day one. Oh
dude,
boy, I can't wait to get on Steam.
I remember the first time I got Habbo Hotel. If you guys are old enough, 28-year-olds in chat will remember this. Remember the first time playing Habbo Hotel, and you were asked ASL, and you said male 15 or 14, 13, location was Chicago, and them motherfuckers found out like you were a male? Yeah, bet you're a faggot.
Habbo
All day.
was a shit.
There was no debate. You were a faggot the moment you told somebody you were a male as a male.
Facts. It was a cruel time back then. Yo, so have you guys heard that Xbox is putting out a discless console? You think that'll work? You think that's a good idea?
Because they're a bunch of... Well, yeah, it should work in nowadays. I mean, shit, my computer I built doesn't have a CD drive in it or anything.
Yeah, I don't even use CDs.
I feel like the only people who are against it are gonna be like GameStop, because like they drive off of physical sales. They don't really like them doing digital sales doesn't really make any point, because like you can just do it straight from them.
Yeah. We're also dealing in a time right now when it comes to games media, and guys covering games media. You gotta understand, like, people are releasing shock value news, right? Like, they'll say gamers hate the fact that you can't use a disc anymore. You talk to any gamer on the street and they're like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't need a disc because I have this, right? Like, I have PC.
Right. Yeah, but at the same time, that's a console though. A PC doesn't like the PC has been digital for how long, you know? So like,
I mean, and it also makes it to where the companies can control the sales.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of people that only buy physical games though. People like that.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
And they
collectors.
buy it.
Yeah,
They
but think
buy
about it
but
now. A lot of the
let's-
physical games now, you put in the disc and it just downloads the game anyways. That's just the key for you to be able to play the game.
Yeah, but there's
Right.
still people that like to own physical media.
Yeah, collectors.
There's becoming less of a point though.
It is, but a lot of people just like having a collection.
Yeah, people like
Having
having
a
a collection.
popping it in.
Col-
I'm not one of those people. I don't really care about that, but I know
Oh
there's a lot
fuck,
of
I died.
people are like
Well, shit. Nowadays, the collection is look at my Steam library.
that.
Yeah,
No,
pretty
that's what I'm saying. Like, let's be real. How many gamers, like actual gamers, people who play daily, doesn't matter what they play. It could be some shitty ass fucking League of Legends game that they played for 2 hours, or like fucking WoW, for fucking God's sakes. Like, how many people are realistically sitting there saying, I need my CD so I can put it in my disc drive and play my game? People aren't playing disc drive games anymore. Like, people are downloading their games and they're playing it for however long they're playing it. And the people who are putting out shock value articles aren't actual gamers. Or I should say, they're not actual gamers in the sense of like,
They
Oh.
play games.
I'm playing games with like 5 of my buddies who are calling me a bitch because I did this, you know?
Yeah. And I mean,
There's-
like I'm kind of mixed on the whole physical versus like I'm old school, so I do like physical copies. Like I just like that shit. I don't know, but at the same time, like I've been playing the Switch recently, and one thing that does bother me is when I have to switch the cartridge. Like, oh, I want to play this now. Then I got to get up and get this case and then switch it out. Make sure I put this tiny ass fucking SD card up so I don't lose it. Like, I like to be able to just, cause I've been on PC for so long now. Like, okay, I'm done with this. Let me just click this other game. Like that is convenient, man. Like, so, you know, some people
but
like
one
that.
thing though, look, even when the Xbox already has the disc drive, like you can still play your games digital. I don't feel like taking away the disc drive is adding any.
It's really
like,
not.
is it gonna,
What if
is
it makes it?
What is it going to do? Is it going to add more space for something else or what? Because they could just put it in, allow you to still
That's-
play your physical games.
That's a
cost.
huge
People
point
can
I was
still
about to
play
bring
digital.
up because
It's cost. It's literally cost.
Cost
Is it gonna
to
be
them,
cheaper
but
for the consumer though?
You feel me? Like, if it's cheaper for us and cheaper for them, I understand. But if it's the same price, I don't see a reason to buy a console without a disc drive. And I can
so
just
they're
stick with it.
making the one without a disc drive cheaper.
You're
Yeah, if
adding
it's
like
cheaper, then I'm down.
$30 to the price of that thing by adding a disc drive, right? Like,
What if
Blu-ray
people
is
want to
a
watch?
thing,
Yeah, I was
DVD,
gonna say
HDR.
Blu-ray.
It's called
And
Netflix.
if it's
and
cheaper,
Hulu
I'm
and
down. But
streaming.
I don't know. I don't see myself being interested in something. Who knows?
I mean,
well, people are nostalgic in nature, right? Like,
Yeah.
everybody, you talk to anybody that has gamed for a decade, and you'll talk to them and say, hey, remember Halo, the good old days?
Ah.
Halo, when you got home from high school and you beat the shit out of your friends in Halo? Yeah, fuck yeah, I remember, man. Like, that
Three.
shit was fun.
It was shit.
I
Buy
was on a
this
shitty
discless
ass
Xbox.
headset, and
Yeah.
I talk shit with my friends. Like, no, that was good back then. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
people are gonna buy
Some
it,
things
right?
don't change.
Yeah, man. You remember
Yeah, the way I
sticky in
see it-
people with Cheeto fingers? Fuck yeah, man.
Yep.
The way I see it is the
Shit.
same way I look at iPhones removing the headphone jack. There's nothing to gain out of doing that. I'm like, okay, you can use Bluetooth.
I think
but
that's a
why
little
not
more
still
egregious.
have- Like, why not still
That's
have
a-
the option to put a
that's-
disc in there?
That's a different conversation.
Yeah,
though,
that's a
man.
little more egregious, I
It's-
think.
Headphone jack.
It's pretty similar though.
Nah.
It's like you're not gaining anything from removing a disc drive from your
Oh
Xbox.
shit.
We're talking about headsets or cell phones becoming more streamlined versus games. By the way, not even games, a console that's a retro device. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about a retro device versus like cell phones becoming more
But
streamlined.
no, it's not. It's not retro. It's the Xbox One. It's like the current Xbox.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not caught up on that conversation. Yeah,
No, but if
PC by core, so
yeah, no,
Like, as far as me, let's say I already have an Xbox One, and then they come out with a new Xbox One without a disc drive. All I'm doing is losing something that I already have on my current Xbox. Like, if I didn't have an Xbox and I was looking to get one and it's cheaper because there's no disc drive, then I would look into it. But
you gotta understand though that like Microsoft is pushing that whole their services like the Play Anywhere or like the Game Pass stuff.
Yeah.
So like
that's why I say I understand why they're doing it, but it's just not anything I would be interested in for the reasons that I gave. I know a lot of people probably do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like Microsoft is also pushing, like Stiff said, Microsoft is pushing their services. They're trying to integrate PC, Xbox all in the same space.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it makes sense why they're doing that, right? Like they're trying to make it all streamlined. Hey guys, come on our platform. It's all the same shit. You can play PC, you can play Xbox. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like yeah, Sony has the better single like title lineup or whatever, but hey, guess what? Come on our platform. It's all the same shit.
Yeah, they're trying to provide extra options where options aren't really necessary. They're trying to wedge into like markets that kind of, because honestly that shit's been tried before. They had Steam machines and like little PCs like that, like self-contained, and they kind of flopped, right? But
like the Nvidia Shield.
yeah, well, Nvidia Shield is actually doing okay because that thing's portable, right? I think so.
Is it portable?
I think so. Or it's like, can't you like stream it to like other devices or something, or like your TV or something?
Yeah, you can stream via the TV. You can do all of that shit like with the Nvidia Shield. The current iteration. I'm sorry, the current iteration of Nvidia Shield.
Yeah, fuck.
You can do.
Okay. That's but I think Microsoft could pull it off. I think it might be okay. Some people will buy it.
There's two main problems though that I can see with this. One of them being the people who have really bad internet or really slow internet rely on the disc to play the game because they can't download it because it's going to take way too long. Because like, oh, they buy the game, like it comes out like the day it comes out, and then it's like, oh, now I need to wait like 2 days to download the game.
Well, nowadays you need to do anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's where some people have problems because some people don't have that internet speed. Now they've been fixing that with like you could like earlier downloads, like you could download it early.
You could like pre-install games now.
Yeah.
See that's also what you gotta understand. Like you're talking about a company that does not give a fuck about your ISP, right? Like they don't care that you gotta download games nowadays. They don't give a fuck. What they care about is the fact that you're on the platform utilizing like again streaming service and all of that. Like PlayStation Now loves this shit, dude.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And then the other thing, which is more like a personal thing for me, like if you're gonna take out the disc drive, fine, and make it all digital, but give me more storage space. If you're gonna be expecting me to do everything digitally, or like allow me to change out like the hard drive without me having to void the warranty, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Again,
because that dumbass option of 250 gigabytes is all you can get, or that's the cheapest one. Have fun with 3 games.
Come out with like a 5 terabyte.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, that makes too much sense almost, right? Like,
yeah.
You're being reasonable in the space where they don't care.
Yeah.
As long as you're buying a console, like truth be told, fucking.
That's why I don't own consoles anymore.
But they're becoming PCs now. They are blending into PCs. Like not even slowly. Like right now.
Yeah, but with PC you control how much space you have.
$500 price point.
I mean, to be fair,
$500 price point on a PC entry level 2 years ago was the shit, right? So everybody was able to get into a PC if they wanted for $500 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at CPUs that are like $700 or yada yada yada. People are now having to pay a premium to get into PC space the way they used to, and now consoles are knocking on 4K.
Yeah, like, the market has changed for sure. Because at one point it was like way cheaper to get into PC, and it was like it was competitive with the consoles. Like it was even better, you know, for like a cheaper or similar price. Now, you know, like you said, they're pushing 4K, and it's relatively cheap. It's entry level. Like you can get that shit, not even have to think about much of shit. You plug it into the wall, it updates on its own.
Exactly.
You know?
It's ease of use. AMD has actually changed the game with all of what they've innovated in the past like 3 years, right? Like Zen is amazing for what it is, but I hate Zen for what it is simply because it has changed the way everything works, right? Their GPUs are shit. They just released the 590, which we can talk about later.
Oh man.
The Zen architecture as a CPU, as a chip, has changed the way the game works, period. Intel is actually struggling to keep up with the fucking pressure that Zen is putting on everything. And you see it. The 9980 XE, whatever the fuck that chip is, was released because, hey, guess what? We don't have an answer for fucking Threadripper 2. Threadripper 2 is kicking ass. Right. In all spaces, in the consumer and the fucking workstation space, enterprise space. Who do you want? Like, enterprise doesn't update the way consumer does, right? Like, we as consumers, we play games, yada yada yada. We do light video editing, all of that shit, right? So now Threadripper comes out 2 years ago. Zen comes out 2 years ago. And now we're finding ourselves in a space where now the enterprise, the guys who do like server grade fucking warehouse management shit, all of that, right? The guys who move our day-to-day industry, whether it's, doesn't matter what we're fucking working on, the guys who are in the back end, these guys are now starting to look at Threadripper, or Epic, I'm sorry, Epic is the name for the enterprise shit, right? Epic as, you know what? I don't need an Intel CPU that costs me $5,000. I can go get this Epic that's performing just as well over more cores and buy that over this piece of shit fucking Intel that's costing me $5,000, $7,000, $10,000.
Yeah, Intel was mad cocky for so long that they could get away with that for so long, and now it's nuts. Yeah.
The PC space has literally gotten nuts. Yeah. And so many people are failing to realize that. And now it's an even playing for a CPU. A CPU, not even talking about GPU.
Yeah, that's a different conversation.
GPUs, whatever. We're getting to 7 nanometer process now on CPUs, and it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm personally excited because I'm a consumer. But as a business, I would be terrified.
It's cool to see the competition between them. Like, oh shit, like, because 2 years ago we wouldn't be talking about AMD CPUs doing, like, you know, 2 or 3 years ago it was like dead in the water. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are they doing? And now it's like a complete different story. So it's very interesting to see like that juxtaposition. Dude, it's pretty cool.
We'd be on the FX 83 series right now. Yeah. If we're being honest, like, we'd still be on a rehash of the fucking FX series, Power Driver, all that shit. We'd still be on that.
I had one of those.
There like, oh yeah, man. You know, AMD is for, you know, the mid tier. Intel is you know, they're overpriced. Yeah, but they have the best CPUs.
They worked. Now it's like they got competition, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but the amount that both companies are still rehashing is ridiculous. Because like the 9980 XE is a rehash.
No, absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. Intel is forced to rehash because they can't innovate. Zen 2, right now, if you look at it, Zen 2 is so much better than Zen 1, right? Yeah. Like, you look at any of the 1700 series, like 1800 series, you look at Zen 1 compared to Zen 2, and I shit you not, you will, it's vastly superior. They are pushing the mainstream to be more core count, core performance on that metric, right? So they're pushing asynchronous. I forget the term exactly. You'll forgive me. I'm not caught up on the exact scientific term, but it's asynchronous computational power, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are single core performance is dead. Everybody likes to say like, "Oh, single core performance is king," but let's be real.
Yeah, as we go forward, it's getting less and less relevant.
Most pieces of software are pushing multi-core performance. Why?
Yeah.
Because that's the way the computer is developing. We're getting to the point where we are knocking on the door for quantum computing, right? Quantum computing is all about multi-core count. We need that to progress. So single core is dead. Like that age, that era is gone. It's not the same.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, let's go.
Except for Minecraft.
Yeah, that shit's definitely interesting.
Dude, hot take real quick. Minecraft soundtrack, one of the best game soundtracks of all time.
It's pretty lit.
It's the best game. It's one of the best games ever made.
Whoa.
I don't know.
All right, now
man.
we reaching. Now we reaching. Dial it back. Dial it back.
Soundtrack.
One thing that doesn't make sense though in like recent news. So Nintendo is suing this couple for $12 million because they ran a ROM site. I think it was Love ROMs. Hold on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for $12 million. A couple, two people, for $12 million. And this makes no fucking sense to me, bro. That is insane. I feel like that's too excessive. They are. They really are. And it sucks because, like, I love their games. Like, I feel like they make really good games, right? But they are fucking scumbags, bro. And it breaks my heart, man. I don't know why. It hurts my feelings to like know that they just are a cold, unfeeling machine, and they will run through you if they feel like they got to. Like that's crazy to me. Like
they make games for gamers, but the problem is they are so archaic in their culture. Which
very.
Again, that's a very.
It's definitely a cultural thing, I think.
They are so fucking caught up in their culture that it's not even like, hey, we are open to conversation. It's literally like, look at Shining Force and Total Biscuit. Again, rest in peace to the guy. Yeah, hold on, Steve. Shining Force, Sega, is a dead company. Sega is a dead company, but they were literally copyright striking anything that he did to cover that game. And you're sitting there like, yo, the game, your shit's dead. And he's providing coverage to a dead game, and you guys are sitting there tripping about it? Really?
Yeah, that is a cultural thing, I think, though, too. Because like, why else would you be so protective of something? Like, I get like if they're making money off your IPs and stuff like that, like of course, like they should be punished for that, obviously. But it's like,
right, 12
million to 2, like that's crazy, bro. Like that, it's no way in their lifetime they could ever pay you that back. There's no way they made 12 million off those fucking ROMs, bro. Come on.
Well, no, they're trying to set an example.
Oh, for sure. They're trying to like, hey, let's step on this person. So like everybody else that has the ROM sites, when these headlines hit, they'll think about, you know, taking that shit down. Like I know what they're doing, but I just feel like it's
suing Steve, man. Steve's not gonna be able to pay you shit, but guess what? Steve's never gonna take your shit ever again.
Yeah, I bet they won't do it again. You for damn sure. But like, I just feel like that's such a harsh punishment for something that you might not even think about. You know, you set up a website, host a couple ROMs, you forget about that shit after 10, 20 years. You know, you ain't even really thinking about it like that. And then boom, $12 million lawsuit. Like, oh my god, oh man.
After 6 months, you're not even hosting it anymore. Like, it's automated.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's some shit that you don't even like. It's in the background. You're not even hurting anybody, and like that's holy fuck, bro. Like,
nigga, your ass is sitting at home sipping tea, and they're talking about, yeah, you like egregiously violated our company policy. Like, what the?
Or their copyright or some shit.
I was sitting at home, beating my fucking dick meat. Like, what the hell?
Man. How would you feel though? Like, you feel like that's fair? Like, should they be able to sue him for 12 mil?
I mean, they wanted to sue him for way more, but they settled on 12 mil.
Oh, they settled on 12 mil.
My question that I would ask is, how did Nintendo lose $12 million within that period of time, right?
Off old games that they're not even selling anymore, though. It's all mostly old games, by the way. Let's make that point before we. It's not like, it's really hard to find ROMs of current generation games.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just put that out there. But
Holy shit.
do you think that's fair, though? 12 mil?
Hell no.
Life isn't fucking fair. Why are we discussing this?
Here's what the original complaint was. The original complaint was it was going to be $150K per Nintendo game hosted on the site, and
Damn.
$2 mil for each trademark violation. So it would have been over 100 mil easy. But they settled on 12 mil.
Hey Steve, why are we discussing this?
They got off easy, man. They got off easy, I guess. Holy shit, man. But I just feel for those people.
Hey Steve, you got 150 million to give Nintendo?
Yeah, but I wouldn't steal a company's property to sell it or to give it out for free. I would force people.
I mean, okay, Steve, let me ask you this: Have you ever downloaded music for free?
No, you know what?
I've shared music with people with LimeWire.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is something that every average day person, and like, it's not something that, you know what I'm saying? It's like jaywalking, bro. It's not something that's.
Ethan, I'm gonna take it a step further. Hey, so sharing of data is now stealing, apparently.
That's what I'm saying.
Like stealing.
And don't get it twisted.
I purchased the license to actually play the shit, right? So now
play the fucking game. Come on.
No, I will. But me sharing my license is now stealing company revenue.
Yeah, you only one copy of the game. You can't just give it out for free. You know what I'm saying?
now we're talking about software law. So software law doesn't.
Dude, it doesn't matter. The shit's so complicated. I guarantee you, every day one of us break at least 7 laws. Like
software law.
That's what we're saying.
So fucked is my point. Like.
You know what? This is my argument. Why don't we make everything fucking free, like games? Why don't we make them all free?
Well, I'm not saying that.
Then we just pay a monthly fee, like $300 a month, to have free games forever for everything.
But it's not free if it's $300 a month.
Well, no, I'm a fan of streaming.
No, but you get every game, any game.
$300 though?
Yeah.
Damn.
Why not?
$300.
Okay, but Casey, we're not talking about games you can purchase now. Like games that you can currently go in the store and purchase, no, like that's off the table. We're talking about old ass games that they're not selling anymore. Games that you
could get.
That's what I'm saying. Games that you probably couldn't buy if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like ROMs of old obscure games.
A lot of old Nintendo games.
There's nowhere you can buy this shit at.
Some of them, bro. There's NES games that cost $300.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
What do you? So you? Oh my God. That's how rare they are, though.
And that also goes into the collecting part too.
This is the way you look at it, right? If I made a site that was RAMs, right, and I was giving shit away for free, and I knew I was technically stealing this shit to give it to people, right? I would understand there's consequences if I got caught.
12 mil.
I'm not saying it's right that they're getting charged $12 million. No, that's
that's all I'm asking. I'm like, what do you think is fair? Like, what do you think they should get?
Realistically, I don't know. I don't know what the value of the games were.
I mean,
it should be determined off the value of the games. You think?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know about all that.
That's crazy.
I think it should have been determined off the value of the games and then how many games they actually gave out for free.
But what value? Like the retail value of the games, or what the games currently cost?
Well, like the retail value, like the current value of the game is stupid. Like they didn't.
All right, so
were they giving away for free? They were giving away for free, right? They weren't making profit off of it, were they?
Question, Steve. Well, some sites were, and that's the problem. Those sites, I agree, they should be penalized. But
they should be penalized up the ass. Like if you're making money off of it, that's retarded.
I'll ask this, Steve. So, guys who just cover or review these old games should be penalized the same way that someone who is hosting a game for you to download. Do you disagree with that, or do you agree with that?
Wait, so if someone reviewed an old game, they should get the same penalty as someone who shared the game for free?
Yes, because
No.
that's what's happening. That's literally
That's what happened to Total
Japan.
Biscuit.
Yeah, no, his videos got copyright claim because he literally reviewed an older game, which by the way was an older video. He didn't do it recently. It's an older video, and his shit got copyright claim, and literally he went on the boycott with Sega because yeah, they copyright claimed his shit, and it was old as fuck.
I mean, that's just them being nitpicky. Because like honestly, like you should be able to review something honestly, you know. Like if something was shit, then like you know it was shit. And like if they want to copy strike you for that, then that's not right.
Hey Steve, by the way, we need to allow them to mutate a little bit.
No shit, Sherlock.
That's my yeah. I was running around. I don't know why you were killing them, but
I don't know why you. Oh my god. You know
Yo,
what?
Fred,
That's
what's up, bro? What you been up to, man? What you playing,
That's the
bro?
reason why I have an issue with
Nada, dude. Just got done playing D&D.
My bad. Okay. Ew. How was that?
What were y'all talking about?
Oh, the Nintendo suing this couple for 12 mil. Because of hosting ROM sites. How you feel about that, bro? Does that sound about right or what?
I think it's a bit excessive, but they're trying to make a
Facts.
statement.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously they're trying to make a statement for sure. Putting
Yeah,
their foot
They've been
all the
making
way up their
statements
ass.
for years, though. That's the point.
Yeah, that is
They've
true.
been making statements for years.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that, hey, the Japanese are really fucking archaic. They don't know what it means to navigate this modern market. They just aren't connected, right?
Low
Because
key,
a
I
lot
kind
of
of
them are
respect that in a way, cause like how they stick to their roots, like that's kind of gangster
Yeah.
though. That's some like
Yeah, but-
Yakuza shit.
Man, it
So-
can be
so
gangster
they were
all
making
day
money
long,
off of it?
but-
Is
Well,
that
they
the issue?
probably made money
They're-
off of ads on the site,
Right,
but not.
right, because traffic and all of that shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's justified then, man. I mean, it's shitty, but it is.
Man, I just
How
feel for those people.
justified is it, though, is my question. Because would you, again, and I posed this question to Steve and he didn't answer it, would you sue someone for $12 million for reviewing a game that came out, say, 10 years ago, like Shining Force 2? Shining
No.
Force 2 came out years ago. Would you sue them
Yeah,
for
but
$12 million because they
But they
said,
were,
hey,
that has no bearing on the argument here. We're talking
No, it
about
does.
them
It
taking
does.
Rams.
No, it does because that's
Rams.
part of the culture. That's literally the culture of Japan.
Roms, whatever.
Yeah, ROMs.
Yeah, I
That's
feel like-
part of the culture when it comes to archaic ass Japanese companies. That's what they do. Hey, and you just managed to struggle. Thank you, sir. Hey,
Yeah, I feel like ROMs are like, you know, paintings in a museum in a way, right? Like it's a look back at like, hey, this is what gaming used to be like. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like when you take that stuff down, you know, it's like ripping off paintings, bro. It's like that's like ISIS destroying paintings, bro. It's the same shit to me. So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, in an ideal world, you know, they would like Nintendo would host their own shit so that they would
Yeah,
get the
at
ad
least do
revenue,
that.
and they can charge you a little bit for even just going there. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
at least do that. Like,
and then you just sell it super cheap, and you can play it on a computer
yeah,
or
you know what the
a
funny part is?
Switch.
They could actually reach out to these companies. Again, if you're talking about modern day business, just modern day business, most companies have already done this. You can reach out to these guys and say, hey, you've already set up the infrastructure. Give me 70%, you'll take 30%, and then guess what?
and we'll let
Now
you
we
live.
have a business. We have a business in place, and now suddenly people are able to get our shit officially and not worry, because that's what people want to do. They want to play these games because it's nostalgic value, right? Like, I want to play Power Stone because I
Yeah.
love the fucking Dreamcast. The
Yeah,
Dreamcast
Power Stone was lit, dude.
ever made.
I enjoyed that shit.
I'd love to be able to go back and play Power Stone.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm afraid of? If I download the shit, now Sega is fucking hunting me down via the FBI saying, hey, you know what? We gotta sue your bitch ass. Like, really? Like, come
Pull it
on,
up on
man.
you.
That like I don't think you have to like I've downloaded them a ton of times. I still buy them.
Oh, me too.
Whenever I have the option to buy 'em.
You're absolutely right. But
Oh, check
one of
out
my
the
points-
check out the website though. The people that got sued, check out their website. It's got an apology to Nintendo on it now. That's all
Really?
it has.
Holy shit! I gotta go see this. Oh shit!
Oh, shit's
point is,
lit, bro.
This couple
man.
was sitting at home, and now suddenly they're receiving a cease and desist order from a fucking lawyer, and then out of the blue, a couple of days later, they're receiving an actual fucking lawsuit. Hey, they gotta go in front of a judge because Nintendo decided, hey, you're hosting a ROM site, and we don't agree with that. We're suing your ass.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
But
They got an apology. That's pretty.
at the same time, if Nintendo wouldn't fuck everybody as hard as they do sometimes, like, because I mean, who here has had a Wii and bought a game on there, and then had a Nintendo DS and bought the same game on there, and then if it came out for the Switch, would you buy it on there? Yes. And then that's the shitty thing. It's like, honestly, you have one Nintendo account. If you buy the game once, you should be able to play it across any console that is there.
Facts. They just now fixed that with the Switch. Like, it's been, like, yeah, because it's been like that since the Wii. I bought a couple digital games, and they don't carry over until now, when it's
And
like you're 3 consoles in.
That's what me and Stiff were arguing, is that Nintendo is archaic in a lot of their practices. They aren't up to date. They aren't modern. It's funny because they're the most consumer friendly console, right? But they're the most anti-consumer console at the same time.
Facts, bro.
Because so much of their shit is like, okay, you bought it on here, whatever, doesn't matter, you just bought it on here. Bitch, I bought it. Like, I own the goddamn game. Give me my shit. Right?
Facts.
Like,
That's a good point, man. I don't know, but I guess you can't be mad though. You broke the law. You know, you took that risk. You played with fire. You know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, all that shit. You know, I mean, I wouldn't like KC said though. I wouldn't be hosting a fucking ROM site anyway. Like, I might go grab a couple, but I definitely wouldn't have been doing that shit because
I'm gonna open up a trust fund, and I'm gonna be a beneficiary of the trust, and the trust is gonna be sued, not me. Fuck all that.
yeah, fuck that shit. Cause like, if it's one thing I learned, you don't play with people's fucking money. They will come for your ass. All right, you can't do that. You can't do that. We got in a little more somber news, man. Stan Lee passed away this week, man. I'm not a big comic fan, but we gotta pay homage, bro. We gotta, you know, we gotta speak on that shit, cause
Press F for respects.
press F to pay respects, bro.
There you go.
Give me the Stan Lee DLC and the Amazing Spider-Man that just came out. Yeah, give me that Stan Lee DLC where I can play as Stan Lee.
Facts, man.
Not like I don't know. Comics were a big thing to me because that's what got me into reading.
Okay.
So
Amen to that.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
like I'm not even kidding. I've had at one point I probably had a couple thousand comic books.
Oh wow, I never knew this.
I think right now I probably still have like 300 or so, 300-400. But yeah, dude, I just loved it. It's what got me into reading, and because it went from there, and then it's like, oh, they made a book based off of this one, so I'd go read the book. Like the first real like novel that I read because of comic books was The Death of Superman. The first time he died, like way back, Doomsday. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude. So well, you know, Stanley was cool. He's a creator. He also had his own issues, but at the same time, he's the one that got the ball rolling. I mean,
dude, I was labeled as mildly autistic growing up in grade school and all that shit. Like, I was that kid, right? Like, I just didn't identify with most of what was going on in school, and comic books was like, that was my start for a lot of this shit. That's how I understood the world around me. Like, I thought about it in terms of comic books, and yeah, no, Marvel was absolutely my start. Like, Wolverine was one of my favorite characters growing up, and then obviously I expanded it and went from there. But no, I'd be the first to fucking admit, dude, like, comic books was my shit, dude. Like,
yeah,
that's how I identify with the world. when in a world where no one fucking understood, hey, this kid likes weird shit. Like, he's different, you know.
Yeah.
Well, let's label him as autistic. He's a fucking retard. No, I'm not a goddamn retard. I just like different shit, and I identify with the world differently. Like, obviously, as an adult, I'd call my little self a retard because I'm just an asshole. But yeah, no, it's different, and that's Stan Lee was one of the people that introduced me to that shit, right?
True. I agree. What's up? How about you, Nick? You ever read any comic books, bro? What's up, man? Welcome to the motherfucking Squadcast, boy. What's poppin', bro?
Hey,
right.
Steve, come here. Steve, come here.
Hold on.
How you
I was
feeling,
just
man?
hopping on Discord on my phone. I just got out of work. I'm in my car right now.
Oh man,
but I was like,
you irrelevant
damn,
right
look
now,
at all
bro.
the people.
I
What's
know,
up?
cause I'm popular, nigga. I got hella hoes. I know your Discord be dry as shit. I know you sad, nigga. It's all right. You can come over here and get some clout real quick. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? How you been?
I didn't.
There ain't no way I was gonna make
when
it.
I
to
was
you, dude.
debating
You're way the
buying
fuck
a
up
thing.
there.
So
okay.
my semi tipsy ass, like going home from the bar the other night, was like, oh, I'm gonna stop at Walmart and I'm gonna pick up some like chips or like something to drink for when I get home or whatever. So I'm walking through Walmart. I got my bag of chips. I got my my box of Oreos. I picked up a little quarter gallon of milk or whatever. And I'm walking past the electronics and I'm like, oh shit, I might as well just buy a controller for like Windows 10 or whatever, or like a Microsoft or an Xbox controller so that I can actually play shit.
Facts.
So I go through the little video game aisle. I pick out a controller, which I don't understand why Xbox now has its own off-brand controller. That kind of confused me a little bit. Like it's still a Microsoft branded Xbox.
You gotta have something for the welfare niggas too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
That's the Microsoft brand.
So,
Question, sir. We want to hear your Xbox controller story, but we're talking about Stanley right now.
Well, no, because I
also,
so
we're kind of, you know.
This whole story
Facts.
is supposed to be because I was literally one sip of alcohol away from buying a Nintendo Switch while I was in Walmart.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. Good thing you didn't take that plunge, man. Good thing.
What does that have to do with Stan Lee?
But do you have any thoughts
That was
on
an
Stan
accident.
Lee?
I hit the wrong button.
Do you read comic books at all?
So moral of the story is he almost bought a Switch.
Yeah.
The story.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
Switch
Epic.
has to do with him switching on Stan Lee and not respecting his legacy. Okay, I understand.
So when are you gonna do a Marvel marathon and watch all of them in order, chronologically as they came out?
Considering I just finished Deadpool, yeah, no, I've already started, sir. Yeah.
The marathon from the beginning, because I think Iron Man was technically like the first.
Technically, it was.
No, it was the whole.
Yeah, it was
No,
the
it was-
Hulk
Oh, man.
first.
No, shut up, everybody, shut up. It was Blade. So don't talk to me about
Dude,
Marvel
that doesn't.
fucking
No, I'm
wasn't-
talking like
Blade-
Avengers, man.
He's
We're
not
talking-
MCU.
Literally the beginning.
That was not
of-
MCU. That was pre-MCU. You know that was pre-MCU.
It was, but still, Blade started all of that shit. Because if we didn't have Blade, we would not have any of the current MCU.
If you want to get technical, there was like some 70s version of Spider-Man that was pretty terrible.
No, we're right. We're talking about 90s shit. Like, hey,
I'm not even talking about 90s. I'm not talking about that Blade shit. I'm talking about the modern Marvel comic universe movie marathon.
right? It was still started by Blade.
No.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
So you're telling me that if you don't watch Blade, then you wouldn't understand any of the other shit that's going on?
No, I'm not saying that.
You don't
I'm
need
saying,
to watch it to
I'm
understand
saying,
the chronological
I'm saying, Blade paved the way.
For what?
You're telling me Blade did not pave the way for the Marvel, like, current
Dude,
cinematic
like so many people don't even realize that he property.
I mean, maybe financially for like it all to happen or like for it to like take off. Yes, but I'm saying the story, the plot.
Well, no, the story is irrelevant because honestly, the story is the story.
What?
They make this shit up as they go along. You're telling me they've had this shit planned out for years. They have not. No.
It became
They
like
look
a.
at the
It became like.
popularity
Yeah.
and then they modify it as they go along. That you can't even try to debate me on that one. Come on now.
Regardless, like the saddest part about all this is he won't be able to make the cameos anymore in the movies.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It was
fucked.
like,
Dude.
it was like the
Someone on Reddit was talking about how Deadpool should do them all, and like
Yeah, I
dressed
saw that
up
too.
as Stan Lee. I think
That would be cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
I think that would just the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, to pay homage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what's funny? When it comes to Deadpool, I hate Deadpool because he's a goddamn edgelord, and yeah, I'm too old for edgelords. But when it comes to cameos, Deadpool is perfect for him because Deadpool does them perfectly, right? And he already said, hey, Ryan Reynolds will be the guy that plays me. He said that in the comic book, so yeah, no, Ryan Reynolds doing Stan Lee impersonations, that would be fucking amazing. And that would be what Stan Lee wanted. Like, he wants that shit. He wants silly, he wants entertainment, he wants people to love his creations because he loved entertaining people. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that'd be perfect.
Yeah. I wasn't that big on comic books and shit as a kid. Like, I didn't really get into that shit, but I always was cool with the superheroes. Like, I like Spider-Man and shit. That shit's cool to me, so, you know
what's
I respect
funny?
it.
And I'm gonna just say this: no matter what you loved as a kid, like if you loved like Street Sharks, if you loved fucking He-Man,
Yeah, Street Sharks
no
was
matter
lit.
what you love,
oh yeah.
no matter what you love,
Top
comic
Cats.
books have influenced so much.
Yeah,
of
it's all
your childhood.
it's all
You don't
derivative of that.
realize it. Like you
Yeah.
don't even fucking realize it. Comic books were there even if you didn't love comic books, right?
Yeah.
Like, that shit was there. It influenced it. It created it. Like, yeah, no, it's there, man.
Well, yeah,
For
a
sure.
lot of them were used as propaganda.
Well,
Yes.
probably.
Yeah, no, like honestly,
Probably.
Captain America was propaganda for like when we were at war, and like the
So
comic
Superman.
book artists were trying to like encourage people to enlist.
Oh, he was
Oh,
over there
hey,
like
hey,
bashing commies
Hey,
and
over
shit.
here.
I got
Oh my god.
He was like bashing commies and shit with his shield. Okay. I
Yeah.
feel it. Yo, speaking of what's his name, Ryan Reynolds or whatever, he's supposed to play that fucking Pikachu role in that
well,
in that
hell
movie.
That's
yeah.
just gonna be dope.
Murdoch doesn't kill them all.
You think that's gonna be cool? I think I could see him as Pikachu.
Fuck, dude.
It looks
Dude,
good.
that's guaranteed a sequel.
All right, come on.
think so?
Well, that didn't go well.
I don't know about that, but it looks good.
Dude, you need to do it. Like you need to do the
I just
shit,
do it.
dude.
What are you talking about?
I think it looks good too, Fred. I think it looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
You need to inject the
Yeah.
pods.
I saw it was a meme kind of doing the like on the topic of Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds and the Pikachu movie and whatnot. There was a movie or a meme that said when Marvel comic fans hear that Ryan Reynolds is voicing Pikachu, they just really see a Deadpool Pikachu costume.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that image before, like the
Yeah.
Pikachu dressed as Deadpool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's come full circle, man. That shit looks good though. Like,
Did you just
I don't know.
exit out of your game?
I feel like I should be. I'm too old to
I
be
did.
interested. I shouldn't be interested in
Invite
like
me.
a Pikachu movie as I am right now. It's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I'm
I
for
want
sure.
it.
I don't know if I'll go see it in
You're
theater,
telling me, man.
but I'll for sure Redbox.
Oh no, I'll
I'm
go see
going.
it because I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Ain't
going.
shit
I'll
in
go
my
see it
game.
in theaters easy.
Yeah,
Ain't
I'm
shit
there.
in my game, dude. It's like I'm just a fucking old ass dude
Yes,
watching.
man. That
Watch that.
shit's gonna be
There's
amazing. In there,
more than that
we're
movie.
gonna get a second.
Wait, hold on. Somebody's botting.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you say, Nick?
Oh, I was gonna say, so there are other movies that I wanted to see more than this Pikachu movie that I haven't gone and seen in theater. So
Nah,
I don't know if
fuck
I'm
that.
gonna go. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even see Deadpool 2 in theaters. I had to wait for that to come out on DVD because I didn't have time to go like when it was out in theater.
Fuck that. My butt's in that seat. Plus, they like the CGI. I just want to see what it like looks like. Like
See
he's
that?
fuzzy
Yeah.
and shit. Like what is that? That's fucking creepy as fuck. Like
Yo,
That's-
honestly, Jigglypuff
He's
looks
a
OP.
mouse.
That's where I am, right? Like, I love cinematography shit. Like,
Woof.
I am genuinely a fucking camera nerd, right? So I'm looking at the CGI and I'm like, this shit actually looks good. They
Yeah,
took
that
their
shit looks
time.
crazy.
Like, the shading is actually fucking on point. Like, yeah, the characters look, you know, they wouldn't look what you would think they look like, but it's good.
Yeah, of course some of them are gonna look weird, like in a 3D space, like, but it definitely looks good. It's pretty fitting, I would say.
Psyduck is gonna steal the fucking show.
Think so?
No.
I think it's gonna be Jigs all day.
Yeah.
Are they gonna have the Psyduck like have like the super dumb like personality that the one in the cartoon show had?
Oh, you know they are. Can he
Of
do
course.
anything
And
else?
that's why Psyduck is gonna steal the show.
Yeah, I could see that. He's gonna be the comic relief. Yeah, because I feel like Jigs won't have a big role. Like, she'll just show up a little bit. But we'll
Do you see the screenshot of Mr. Mime though?
Oh yeah, that scene was fucking crazy. Like, the Mr. Mime shit was lit. That's gonna be good.
He's telling you to shove it.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be really good. I'm looking forward to it. Day one in that shit.
I don't know about day one, but
Day one in that shit.
Taking off of work to go see that shit at noon.
Facts.
With all those kids that don't even go to school yet.
The question is, are you midnight premiering that shit, or are you day oneing it?
I mean,
I'll opening weekend it. I'm not day oneing it or midnighting it.
I'll midnight that shit if I have the opportunity, for sure.
You know, if I went with a squad, I'd go midnight it.
Like,
I'd say that.
I mean, it's like, I like Pokemon though. It's obvious. Like, my fucking Discord is Squirtle Squad. Like, I gotta see that shit. I feel like it's mandatory.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh shit. But yeah, the last movie I went and seen was fucking Halloween, and that shit was trash. That shit was
You saw
garbage.
what?
Halloween.
Oh.
Shit was garbage. It was some cool parts in it, but I don't know, man. And Jamie Lee Curtis ain't as hot as she used to be, so.
Well, of course not. She's like 80 million years old.
I know, but like, I want to dream, man. A boy can dream, man.
You dream with your mind, not with your eyes.
Look, man. Oh well, but the movie was trash. What was the last movie you seen, Fred?
I just came back from seeing that new Harry Potter movie, like earlier today.
They're still making Harry Potter movies?
That shit was fucking dope.
Well, it's not really Harry Potter. I just say that because that's the same universe.
It's
but
Fantastic
The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grimwald or something like that, right? Or
Yeah,
Griswold?
that shit was actually fucking dope.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. I know the fuck is his name? Not Tom Cruise. Captain Jack.
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking
Johnny
his
Depp?
name.
Yes, I can think of his name.
Gay ass nigga. Go ahead.
Anyways, he did really good in it, dude. I know he's catching a lot of heat for.
No, I like him though, low key. He's cool.
Like, he got let go from. The fuck was it? The Pirates movie, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he's like the S tier Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Dude, like, legit, I only saw that game because my girlfriend wanted to see it. And yeah, I fucking love that show, like, or the movie. It's fucking good, man.
Okay. Sounds interesting. I've never seen any of the Harry Potters, so I don't know. Would I need to see any to like understand?
Harry Potter. No, this isn't Harry Potter. This is legit not Harry Potter. Think of it as its own series. It's part of Harry Potter universe, but it has nothing to do with Harry Potter other than to set up the basis of Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's not
So, like-
it's just in the same
Except
world.
for-
It's like
What?
it's like if you like you can go see Rogue One without having seen any Star Wars movies and still come away knowing it's a good movie.
Right.
Essentially, if you were to go see it stiff, like, you would understand everything that was going on. You might not get some of the like little things that.
Yeah. You might want to get to a designated location. because we can't
Yeah,
hear
I
shit
gotta
you
get
saying, my nigga.
batteries.
No, say it again. No? Okay,
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
yeah, right. But it sounds interesting from what I hear. I don't know. I'll look into
It's
it.
good, man. Like, I always recommend watching the first one. The first one was good. The second one is setting the pace for the third one that's gonna come out of.
Okay. That's dope. Anybody else? What was the last movie you seen, Perp?
Let's see, there's something else I saw recently too. Because I go to the movies a lot. That's my shit.
Yeah, I know you do.
Do pornos count?
Zing! You got it.
I mean, in a way.
They do call them flicks. Just saying.
Question: when you
Yo.
watched your porno, did you eat it raw? Did you use lube? Because that raced the experience as well as a male. Not even gonna lie. Any male that beat with fucking lube to a porno.
I mean,
yeah,
that's a little excessive, yeah. Like, I mean, anybody, like, I'm sure everybody's tried it like once or something, or some lotion or some shit, right?
Nah.
But like to do that shit like
Be
on
honest.
a regular basis, that's just too messy for
Be
like.
honest.
That's too
Be
much,
honest. If somebody told you, yo, I just watched the new fucking, who's coming out with the new black scene? Fucking, what's her name?
I didn't know you guys actually like look at that shit.
Yeah, hell the fuck
Like,
yeah,
okay,
dude.
who's
As a
no,
black man?
like watching
Yo,
them
fuck
is
yeah.
fine. I'm just saying, like y'all know who's coming out with one. That's the funny thing.
Well, no, that's you find that shit out when you surf Reddit and you're part of that shit. So, anyway, surf Reddit. One that's coming out with a scene. What's this bitch's name? Fucking shit. Tory Black. She's old, right? Tory Black. It's funny.
Yeah,
She's old black.
facts.
Anyway, she's coming out with a scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
If one of my guys told me, yo, I just watched that new Tory Black scene, had the fleshlight out, I'm good. That'd be fucking weird.
Whoa.
But a little
Yeah,
bit
would.
about me would be like, yeah, okay, that scene may be dope because you brought the shit out, man. You brought.
Man, I would hope nobody would
you
ever
brought the works.
think that I was that cool with them to tell me that. I would hope they would like
Right?
keep that to
That's
themselves.
where I'm coming
But
from.
I feel where you coming from though.
It's
It must have been
2018,
fire.
man. It's 2018.
You're right. You're right. Niggas
Motherfuckers
move
tell you
different out
shit
here.
Where it's weird. It's crazy. Motherfuckers tell you shit that's.
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't
believe it.
I didn't want to learn that, but thank you for telling me.
Right.
You just told me some information.
Like, yeah,
That's
you went
nuts.
a little too much. You could have just told me about the first part, fam. Could have just told me about the porn. I would have
Hey.
been like, good looking. Then you took it to the next level, like, whoa.
As a male, everybody here is a male, and on some grown man shit, just on some grown man shit. If one of your guys said, "Hey, yo, I brought the fleshlight out," you're gonna think about it differently. You're gonna be like, "Yo, I probably need to look at that scene. This nigga brought the fleshlight out."
I
He
might watch
brought
it.
the work.
I'd probably watch it if somebody told me that. Like, what the fuck was he? I don't know. It depends on what he likes, though. What if he's into some weird ass porn?
First, I tell him, don't ever tell me some shit like that again.
Right?
And
You're
then
gonna be sitting at
I'd be
home
like,
by
all right, I'll
yourself.
check that shit out though.
Exactly. Your ass gonna be sitting at home by yourself after you curse his ass out, telling him, "Hey, yo, cut that shit out." You were sitting at home by yourself. You gonna be thinking about it a little bit, like, man, this nigga brought the fleshlight out. Yo, that okay. I'm gonna check this shit out.
Damn, that's kind of crazy. Like, I'm cool. Like I'm kind of like anti fucking. Like, I ain't gonna say anti sex toy all the way. Like, I've used them and shit, but I feel like male sex toys are like, I don't know, it's weird. Like the dudes, like the
Yeah.
sex dolls and shit. Like that shit's getting so like realistic that it's kind of like it's just weird to me. Like,
I'm gonna tell you
Like-
honestly, again, because on some grown man shit, because we don't talk about this shit at all whatsoever. My girl, my ex actually, bought me a fucking fleshlight for the first time. She used that shit on me. It was
Wow.
like, She was feeling lazy one day. She wasn't feeling down for sex. And she was like, all right, I got you. I'm gonna fucking jerk your ass off with a fleshlight.
She hit you with the grapefruit technique?
Cool. No, not the grapefruit.
She hit you with the grapefruit no jutsu?
That shit would be wild, and I'd probably punch her ass in her throat. But nah, she was feeling lazy. She was like, yeah, I'm on my period. I ain't down for it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not either. I'm not trying to get my Red Wings. I'm good, right? She hit me with that shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
As a male, yeah, nah, that was straight.
See, like, if it was a girl involved, I would like, that makes a little more sense. If a girl uses it on you, it's like, all right. But if I'm sitting there by myself, like, that's not, I don't know, that. That's a little extra.
It's an
man.
introduction. It's an
introduction.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How long until you fucking dressing up a fucking a sex doll as your favorite waifu? And fucking.
Hey.
How long? That's a dark rabbit hole that I don't know if I want to open the door to, man.
Let's be honest, man. If we had the technology right now, the way in sci-fi films that we all fucking watch, if you were to walk inside a fucking establishment and be like, yo, I want to fuck, like, my celebrity crush, Danica Patrick, Hayden Panettiere. I can fuck Hayden Panettiere for real right now? Yo, that's in. Next level. I don't give a fuck. I'm in. Fuck, I mean, that's next level. If
it was that, like, in a perfect world, if that existed, yeah, of course. But we're talking about the ground level. Like, this shit is like scum fuckery at its finest, man. Like, this is not. It's not. I don't know, man. Like, remember, Casey, that the thing you posted with the blowjob machine or whatever the fuck that was called. I forgot what that shit was called. They had like a whole infomercial. It was like a fucking hour long of this, like.
Dude,
oh man, it was crazy.
Technology starts somewhere, right? Start somewhere.
I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Evolve. It has to evolve. So, yeah, no, we're just living the like pre-evolution stages, right? Like, we're living the fucking dust tubes on Mars. We're living the fucking dust tubes on the moon, and the dust domes on fucking Mars, right? Like, we're living in that era. That shit's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna happen. So why the fuck be weird about it?
That's true.
I mean, look at what I just put in there. Like, there's like a man who literally married a hologram.
Yeah.
What
Spy just linked? Some dude married a digital character. And see, like,
$18,000 on a wedding. What?
But that's
cheaper than a divorce.
Damn,
yeah, you're right. I'll be the person wilding.
Damn, you dropping gems, bro. Goddamn, hold up, slow down. I mean, that is true though, but it's like, I don't know, man. That's extra as fuck, man.
Steve, whatever the fucking reason, I can't join you. Have you started the game at all?
It's not. It's a different time, man. It's a different time. I don't know if Casey. I think he's AFK or something.
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh. Hola.
I had a snack and I forgot I was muted, so I've been talking to myself this entire time.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh no, I know no one cares.
Oh, were you? No, were you talking when I asked you a question?
I'm just kidding.
I bet, bro. But yeah, that shit's crazy. Like, I feel like, I don't know. It's a different time, man. It's a different time. But
that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
we like to, jokes are jokes, right? Like, jokes,
yeah,
they're fine. We talk shit all day long to each other, to other people. Like, that's fine. But when we get to like the real brass fucking tacks, like, let's be real. If you had the option right now to go outside, I ain't gotta work to go bust a nut. All I gotta spend $50.
I don't have to work.
I ain't gotta do shit. Yo, I'm over there. Fuck going to the bar. I'm over there. Like,
but at that point though, I feel like it's lost its value. Like, if you feel like you have to work for it and shit, and then like it's like, I'd rather just not bust the nut at that point, right?
So
I feel like that's the.
You're telling me something is going to work to get the nut out of you, and you're not gonna take it?
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's not worth my time at that point. I could be doing something more productive.
Man,
like, I don't know. I never been. I don't know. I feel like I'm over like my chasing bitches phase. So it's like maybe if I was younger and I was like really like full of piss and vinegar and I just needed that shit.
It's not even chasing bitches. That's the funny part.
Yeah, I understand that, but like,
it's literally just like your human nature, right? Like,
yeah,
you work 8 hours a day and you get off work, right?
facts.
You're telling me if you had that option, not even if it charged you $50, whatever, if it was free and you had to like hook up at home like fucking cable or Wi-Fi, right? Utility. It's a utility at the house, a fucking guaranteed nut machine for men and women. Like, that's where society has come as a people. We've evolved to that point, right? Sex is one of those things that we're looking at like, yeah, this is mandatory for all of us.
Pretty much.
You know?
So what you saying is pretty much it's gonna be a nut buster in everybody's house like a toilet at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Bugging with that one.
That's when I'll become conservative and I'm like, we need to go back.
Y'all are wild.
We need to go regress.
You're wild because you're telling me that humans are fucking so sex focused that at some point they're just gonna be like, yeah, nah, I don't care.
I mean, either you either gotta not give a fuck or you gotta be good enough to earn the pussy. Like, you gotta. That's how I feel. Like,
you, man, I'm telling you, Nutbust 2000 is gonna be a fucking brand name. That's just gonna be so.
That is not gonna be a household name. I'll put money on that.
Hey, you say it won't, but they also said, hey, Tyrone won't be a household name, but guess what? Tyrone
you gonna beta test that
shit? A whole
shit?
lot of fucking households.
Are you gonna beta test that shit?
Man, I'll probably be dead, man. I'll probably be dead, but you know what? Chris Jr., Chris whatever. Guess what, little nigga? Go ahead. Get your shit on.
Hey, call me, wake me up when VR is the wave. All right, when I can fuck a VR bitch and it's feel real, then pull me out of my cryogenic chamber. Then, okay, that's when I want to come out. Anything before that, I don't want nothing to do with it, man. Like,
wake me up when augmented reality becomes reality.
Yeah. Let me get some sword art pussy. That's
fuck VR. fuck VR. And it's funny because you guys are responding to like edgelord shit, but we're talking about real technology.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be. It's definitely gonna come into fruition. I'm not doubting that, but I'm just not a fan. I'm old. Like, I feel like I'm too old for that. Like, I'm too like it's one of those things where like as you get older, new shit comes out and you just don't understand it, and it's just like some shit, you know, shit I did. My pops looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? Like some of the games I played and shit like that. Like, he would look at me like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, but to me, it's like normal shit.
Rocket out of cardboard boxes.
Yeah, shit. Well, maybe some shit like that. Yeah, just anything in general. Like that. They
motherfuckers wasn't inventive like that. They were too worried about getting fucking hosed down with fire hoses.
Yeah. Yeah, they had other problems that we won't speak on.
That's bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That shit's crazy, man.
Real question for
What's
everybody here.
Go for it.
In 20 years, what do you think the technology will be that you're sitting there saying, besides obviously sex bots and all that shit? In 20 years, what technology do you think will be relevant, prevalent, all that shit, that you are sitting there like, I'm not embracing that, right? Because the internet is now, right? Sharing all that personal information, sharing. What do you think is going to be prevalent as far as technology-wise in 20 years that you're going to be like, yeah, nah, fuck that?
Like something that you think is invasive.
You realize you just said that same line like 3 times, right?
Yeah, I want you to understand, like, the question.
So something like that's invasive, right? Like,
not even invasive, like just a technology. What do you think is going to be around in 20 years that you are, hey, yeah, I won't be a part of that?
I don't know, man. Like, what about whatever the furries do next? I'm against it. Off rip.
You know what I would be against though? Honestly, there's always that talk of like, oh, using your fingerprint to like pay for stuff or like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I would be against that.
I think it's already kind of getting there. I think
Yeah,
that's
so
all.
Pretty much.
I think that's
you're
out the
against-
window.
You're
I mean-
against RFID scanners inside your skin?
I mean, I think everybody kind of is, but it's already kind of like that though.
No, I mean, like, if it literally gets to the point where it's like you put your finger on a scanner and it scans your fingerprint, and it's like, yeah, that's how you pay for it. No, I can't do that.
Right, an RFID scanner. You can imprint your
Yeah.
credit card. You can print all that into an RFID scanner, and it'll go
Yeah, I'm
under
not a-
your skin. It'll be the little chip, and you can actually scan it and do that right now. Is what I'm saying. Like that
Nah,
is
I'm not a
right
fan of
now.
that. Nah. Put that
In
put
fact-
that thing like in a ring. I'll wear a ring. Yeah, sure, fine. But like,
It's still kind of the
Shit.
same thing though. Like if you buy something with the RF scanner in your finger or your credit card, you still left a paper trail. Like it's the same shit. You have a fucking social security number. You like it's already, you know.
Right. So
Like-
what's the difference between putting it under your skin and scanning something, or even scanning to get inside your house?
I don't like that though. That's fucked up. That's too far. If you would have to scan to get in your house, that's fucking B.
Already here. That's my point. It's
Fuck
already
that.
here.
Fuck that.
So
I'm
my
not.
question still stands. In 20 years, what technology do you think it's going to be around that you're going to be like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
Nah.
old as fuck.
Also the
Any part.
the kiosks at McDonald's thing. Take that. Get rid of it. Take my
Really?
order, bitch. Yeah, I don't want it.
I like how you love the kiosk at McDonald's, but you don't like the RFIDs.
No, I don't. I don't want the kiosk at McDonald's. Get it
No,
out.
I'm talking about
Oh,
fucking
spy.
yeah.
oh,
No.
man, I hate human interaction. That's my thing.
I agree
I-
with that though. I agree
But then
with
again,
that
I
part.
hate drive-throughs. You'll never catch me going through a drive-through in my life. I will literally go out to McDonald's, park, walk in, get my food, walk back to the car, and go home. I can't do drive-throughs.
Yeah, those shits are janky. Half the time they can't hear you.
So like, if I can do like self-checkout lines, beautiful.
Yeah, I like
Give me that
those.
at a McDonald's, game over, man. I'm doing that every time. Just take my number and sit down. You'll bring the food to me. All right, game. Let's go. I gotta talk to you. I can just listen to my music and just study the whole time. It's like, oh, that's it.
Oh man. Also, like I don't know, like the Uber Eats thing is kind of jives me too. Like people
Man,
bringing
I
you
live
food.
off Uber Eats.
Man,
DoorDash, fucking Grubhub. Yeah, no. You won't hear me agree with you on that one, man. I live off that shit. It happens.
I will not order and from anywhere where I have to call in and like order it. I have to do it off an app, otherwise I'm not doing it. It's like,
I've
you want me to
never-
call and get pizza? No, I'm gonna use the app. I'm not calling.
Oh, fuck yeah. Thank
yeah, those
you.
apps are fucking convenient as fuck, bro. That shit is nice. I cannot.
I
lie
can't
about
use I can't use my computer to order food, or I can't use my phone to order food.
I have to
Fuck
call
I'm
you to
not
order
ordering
food?
from-
No, I'm going somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah, no, It's 2018, bro. I'm not calling you. I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want to fucking deal with your. Oh yeah, what do you want on your pizza, bitch? I want. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that because y'all gonna take that as gay shit. And
that.
Anyway.
Pause.
I'm gonna get my
But-
pizza. Put it down. I'm gonna get my pizza.
I just want really big sausage on it. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Steve said that.
Zing.
Pause on his ass.
Facts. But
not-
the only other technology that I feel like is kind of like egregious is like the bots they use to censor stuff on the internet. Like stuff like that makes me like. It's like Orwellian
But
as fuck.
it's
So question-
necessary to protect everyone though.
How do you feel
I hate that.
about Google's new AI software that actually
Gross.
talks to you as if you are speaking to a person, right?
Oh no,
Like,
no, you can't. I can't do
Person's
that.
not
No.
available, so on and so forth. Like, it speaks to you as if you're speaking to.
Yeah,
speaking to
I,
a
s-
person.
I saw that where like they had like pretended like they were booking like a hair appointment for you, like on behalf of you. That's too far.
Yeah,
I
that's.
don't think so.
What do you mean it's too far? It's literally a thing right now. Like the Pixel 3,
Yeah, my buddy has it.
Google's current cell phone.
It's fine.
It's right now.
It's
I-
fine,
You
Fred.
call
I
it
could not
free.
do that. No, that's my line. I couldn't have a robot making calls for me.
No, it's not. It's not making calls. Someone's calling you, and it's
Yeah,
taking a
I would-
message, pretty much.
Yeah, I can't know.
So
Can
you
you guys
wouldn't even
let
be the one-
Fred speak for a little bit? Fred, can you actually elaborate? Because you know someone who physically has the
Well,
device. My device hasn't come in yet. Can you actually elaborate a little?
No, it's just like if you had your own assistant, like someone called, you're like, no, I'm in a movie or something. It'll screen your call, and basically it'll ask you about like what you're calling about, and then you'll tell it, and then it'll ask you some follow-up questions based on your previous answer, and it'll do that a few times, and then it gives the person that's doing whatever the hell else a very specific message for what you're trying to reach them on, or you can just do what I do and just hang up.
What's wrong
It's
with the
not weird,
voicemail?
though, right? It's not weird. It's my question.
Yeah, no, it's not weird. It's fine. I've gone through it a couple of times just to go through it and like leave him fucked up messages.
So you can still do.
Jimmy, the
normal
dog
shit.
is dead.
You can still do normal shit. It's an assistant to say, hey, this individual is not available. Can you actually, express what you're trying to leave voicemail about, right?
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I'll leave voicemail and, hey, I'm rubbing my dick against the phone. That's funny. No, it's actually talking to you.
Okay, it's just another option. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but
And as far as what's wrong with voicemail, no one checks their goddamn voicemail. This thing will give you a text readout of what the call was about.
that's true. The voicemail is
Right.
fucking archaic and ancient. Nobody does that shit anymore. So that's a good point.
It's funny because I actually use Google's cell phone service.
Oh, the
So
Fi?
I'm ordering. Yeah, I use Project Fi. I've been using it for like 3 years now. Like I've been using it for a while. I'm getting the Pixel 3. I have it. I'm getting it soon.
I have the Pixel 2 right now. I probably won't upgrade because my Pixel 2 is running fine. And I
Yeah,
don't
no,
need
the
it.
Pixel 2. The Pixel 2 is an amazing phone. If you're good, you're good, bro. Like, trust me. Don't feel the need to upgrade. Problem is, I had an Nexus 6P and I crushed inside my car, or my girlfriend's car. So yeah. No, I've been using my work phone as my phone, so to say, right? Because we can install Hangouts and use our Pixel number, right?
It's
Come
all
on, really?
about Allo, sir.
You said what?
It's all about Allo.
Yes. But I'm getting a Pixel 3 XL actually soon. And no, it's dude, no, it's good, man. Like I don't understand why more people have not joined the service. But that's a very different conversation.
I was thinking about it.
Detracted from our main point and all of that shit. So
No, we're fine, bro. We're fine. Pretty much. I did want to bring up one more thing though. The Game Awards. What do you think's gonna happen
Trash.
with that?
Don't even watch them.
trash,
I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna let people talk.
trash.
No, go ahead, Spy. Tell us how you feel first, and we'll go
I'm so heated about the Game Awards.
from
You
there.
have the floor, sir. Tell us. Tell us, please.
Go
They
in.
messed up so bad.
Go in.
How you gonna give Fortnite like overall game of the year? Over God of War, over Spider-Man, over Red Dead? How? That ain't right.
That's a good question.
Cause it's gay.
Yeah, and this
and
was the
gay
Golden
is
Joystick
cool.
Awards that did this, I believe.
Yeah. Golden
Because
Joystick.
Fortnite also has innovated the game industry in that
I mean, it kind of
Drake
has. You can't
played
take that
with
away from it.
Ninja, and he played with Ninja. Drake, the biggest hip hop artist, played with Ninja. They had a charity event inside a football stadium.
So they had the
and,
clout, is what you're saying.
After that, Drake played with Ninja. So yeah, Fortnite is legend, man.
Fortnite is the clout god, basically. Okay.
Yes.
Fortnite's
Awesome.
trash. It's just cheap and free.
Well,
Well, that's kind of
you know,
the same thing.
Drake.
Right?
Guys, I don't think you understand. Drake played with Ninja.
I don't think you understand. I
I
could
know.
give two shits what Drake plays.
Facts.
You know who else just played with Ninja recently? Logic.
But you know, the normies care about that though. That's why it mattered. Like that's why it happened, really.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize we were all wanting to be sheep in here.
I mean,
Facts.
Drake reached out to Ninja guys. That's hard to do, man. Ninja's pretty popular, and Drake reached out to him, and he played with him.
Yeah.
Guys, that's
It's probably one of the gayest internet interactions ever. Low key.
Yes.
Like, but I don't know why like the Joystick Awards would give that. I mean, I guess I get it, but it's like.
No, I don't get it.
I get it. It's popular.
You're literally looking at like the equivalent of IGN to equate game experience, right? Like Frostpunk came out this year, and Frostpunk is such a different game. Like you're looking at, like just it came out this past 2 weeks. Party Heart 2. Party Heart 2 is a fun ass game.
What is that?
Party Heart 1 was a fun ass game. Oh, I play a serial killer that's going to parties and clubs with an objective to kill people.
You can't.
Man, this is great.
You can't really market that on IGN though. I mean, if it's like Friday the 13th, it's tied to like, yeah, like that has to be niche for a reason, something like that. Kind of like that Hatred game got all that flack.
We the audience don't give a fuck about that. That's my point. Like
Facts.
us, we don't give a fuck about that. Any day, ever. Like we don't give a fuck about that. But these shows are not targeted towards us. They're targeted towards other people. All day, every day. And that's why Fortnite is winning and shit like that. Like if you were to ask me or ask anyone inside this voice chat right now, hey guys, what game did you play the most this year? 2018.
Definitely not Fortnite.
Definitely not Fortnite.
Everybody, voice your opinion right now. What game did you play the most in 2018?
Dark Souls 3. Definitely not Fortnite.
Static. Everybody plays Static.
And you know what's funny? Like how like they market these shows to like the normies and shit, but the people that put the most in the industry, like money wise, is people like us, like people that play a bunch of games. Like fucking Fred plays every fucking game, bro. Like he buys every fucking game.
People that watch these shows, it's crazy because people that watch these shows aren't the people that they're actually looking to for votes. Like I would ask one simple question: how many people played Detroit Become Human and enjoyed it versus
some people liked
streamers
it.
that played it and fucking gave it like 10 out of 10?
I don't know. I heard a lot of people like that game though. I never played it. I don't like those type of games though. I'm biased as fuck, so I'm like, I'm mad on that genre.
I have another question for PC gamers because this game is only on PC. 2 leagues that came out, or 3 leagues. The 3 leagues that came out for PoE, how many people enjoyed them or even knew about them? Right? Like PoE, PC.
It's just like any other game. It's people that are into it or into that genre or that game specifically. They'll know about it.
Yeah.
My point is, it's a PC thing, and no one is commenting on it. Is my point for these shows, right? Like we're talking about games, and no one is talking about one of the bigger games, period, of the last 2 years.
On PC,
They're not
Path of
saying
Exile?
anything about it, right?
You talking about Path of Exile, right?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's kind of a niche game though, in a way too.
Dude, no,
Like-
no.
Yeah.
I think so.
No.
It's
Especially
a
with
spin-off of
BlizzCon.
Diablo, right? Like it's a Diablo clone, like in a way, right?
Dude,
Like
no,
those games
no,
are always
no.
like
If you actually play
I'll
the
say
game,
this right now. I'll say this
it's
right
inspired
now.
by Diablo at the very least, right? Like
Speaking of, I'm downloading Diablo.
Go to a channel right now called Zalthrion or I forget the other guy, but yeah, look up Zalthrion, right? Look at the views he gets, and then tell me that PoE is a niche game.
Well, that's, I mean,
Dude,
That's-
it wouldn't be nearly as popular again if it wasn't free.
yeah.
And
Again,
I'm not
but
holding that against it. I'm saying
you're-
it wouldn't be anywhere near as big as it is.
You're saying it's niche because it's free, and I'm
No,
saying
No.
I'm
It's
saying
not niche because it's free.
because of the genre.
Yeah, because of the type of game it is. Like,
so. You're
but-
saying hundreds of thousands of people playing it, league after league, consistently.
compared to some other big PC releases like Monster Hunter World, yes, it's niche. Like,
You're bugging,
Like,
but again, that's
how?
going to, that you're going to my point of, hey, PC is a space where there are a lot of games being played, and guess what? They're not being covered the way they should be covered.
Yeah,
That was my
that's gonna happen.
point.
But I'm sorry, but PoE isn't one of those games. It's a good game for a free game. It's even a good game if it wasn't free. But it's not as good as Diablo 3, in my opinion. Again, this is an
I
opinion.
never said that. I never
No,
said
no.
that.
I know. I never said
I
you did.
never said that.
I never
I
said.
never said that.
yeah, but why would you
I
play it
never
when Diablo
said,
3 is
hey,
better though?
I literally said, hey, Games Award shows are not going to cover games that are actually being played. Because if we're talking about games being played, hey, PoE is in that discussion. PoE is
Okay,
absolutely
if you want to
in
get
that
technical, any game being played is in that discussion.
True.
No, because Fortnite is in that discussion. There it is, right?
Yeah, that's being played.
Like,
It's niche compared to Fortnite.
it is a niche. Again, I never said niche. I'm talking about actual games being played by PC gamers, day in, day out, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite is not in that list compared to like PoE.
Yeah, but the Game Awards isn't
Okay,
just
no.
PC
You
though.
you need to like say what you
You're
just said and listen to yourself again. You just said games that are being played every day. Fortnite is not one of those things. That's like the most popular game in the world right now. I don't even like the game. It's like the most popular game though.
Well, no shit, guy. Like
You just said it wasn't being played every day. That is literally what you said
if the
verbatim.
if the conversation
Why
that
are we
we
debating
started off
this?
having- exactly, that's my point. If the conversation that we started off having was, oh man, the Games Awards don't cover games that we actually play. That's what we started.
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
us.
That's
That's
us.
us.
Is what I'm saying. And
But
now I'm
you didn't
saying,
say us. You said others.
okay, no, I said us. That's what I started. off
That may have been what you meant. That ain't what you said.
No,
Well,
okay.
Either
whatever,
way,
man.
at the end of the day,
that's
either
just
way,
chill.
at the end of the day, like,
I'm chill. What I'm saying is he's literally like arguing semantics over a dumbass
Look,
semantic. Dude,
look, at
like,
the end
if
of
you
the
want to
day-
do that, you're fine. Like argue semantics all the goddamn day long. Like
Why are you getting butthurt,
it
dude?
still
Just
doesn't
calm
matter.
down.
I'm not
Alright.
butthurt. All I'm
You
saying
sound
is
like
we're
you
you're
are.
chill. We're
fucking
chill. Either
dumbass.
way,
Like,
at the end of the day, we can all agree that, you know, that there's
We can all
money,
agree
there's
Fortnite
money
sucks,
to be made
okay?
behind that shit,
yeah,
and like the games that are gonna get pushed are gonna get pushed because, you know, everybody got an agenda, right? And like the people that develop PoE, they don't have like the clout like somebody else would. Not to say the game is bad, but like they don't have the push that other games would. Like they did
Which is
mention
fucking-
like last year,
which is
I remember games like Warframe winning shit
If
though.
real quick, which is fucking hilarious because one of the biggest goddamn China companies bought PoE, and right now PoE is actually getting the biggest push of all. Even though Fortnite is big in the US, when it comes to international platform, PoE is getting pushed bigger than any goddamn game right now. And we're talking about realistic statistics, like the game is getting pushed. It's there.
You're talking
We
about
should-
PoE like it's game of the year or something.
I know, man.
We should
We're talking
like
about leagues.
next time we should like get a list of like concurrent players from like a bunch of different games, and
We can
just
do that shit right now, man.
and just compare them. Cause like I do kind of want to know how many people play PoE now. Like I'm kind of interested compared to like
It's gone up because a lot of people are like, you know what?
It's a
fuck Diablo.
China-based game. It's a China-based.
No, it's not just that.
Not
Let
even
me-
fuck
stop it.
Diablo. Like it's a China-based game now.
But
Like,
it's getting a lot more because they were trying to come out with an expansion to go against Diablo 4, and then Diablo 4 wasn't announced, and
yeah,
that pissed a lot of
and
Diablo
Blizzard kind of
players
dropped
off.
the ball
And-
recently too. So
And they dropped that expansion. That's why
Mm.
I'm saying there's a big push right now.
there might be some truth to that, because Blizzard did kind of fumble a little bit with some shit. They're not very favorable in the eye of the consumer right now, so some people might play PoE just to give a middle finger to Blizzard, low key. You know, some people are, you know, edgelords like that.
It's not just that. I mean, it's not a terrible game, is it for me? No, but it's not a bad game. I played it. I downloaded it because it does get some recognition.
One thing I will say though, Blizzard kind of like widen the gap by like porting shit to console too, and not just being on the PC space. So, but
see,
they kind of got an edge there.
All that work they did though, they lost a lot of credibility by not announcing shit.
Oh yeah, like, and you know how people are on the internet, like they will hold your feet to the fire to the end of times, like how they treat EA now, like, oh man, their stocks are dropping and shit. It's people mocking them all over the internet because like they pissed them off. Like,
should be. If not, he's right there.
Man, like, it's pretty crazy. But I don't know. I played Path of Exile. I'm not a fan, man. But I'm biased against any game I gotta play with a keyboard and mouse. So.
All I gotta say is look up that company, Tencent. Just look it up.
Oh, we know all about Tencent. Fucking dirty bastards.
Right. They are the current owners of PoE. That's all I got.
Not surprised. Not surprised. They got a bunch of different games like that.
They also own a big stake in Epic too.
Yeah, I know. They was the reason. They was the reason fucking Paragon got closed.
That's all I gotta say. Look them up. They are fucking. Yeah, they're amazing and trash at the same time.
Man, but yeah, the fucking back on topic with the Game Awards shit. Like, I see Red Dead Redemption probably taking that shit overall, whatever it does.
Overall game of the year.
Yeah, like for the Game Awards thing, like the VGA ones.
I don't know, man.
You don't think so?
I can't say. I haven't played it, but like God of War is fucking stellar.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be God of War, but I'm hoping for Celeste, man.
Also, how many of you have actually actively watched Twitch in the last 6 months? Like, was God of War as big on Twitch the way Red Dead is right now? Like,
I don't frequent Twitch too much.
You know what's funny?
It was
Battlefield or Call of Duty are fucking amazing on Twitch right now. Like,
yeah, COD is big this year, low key. It's doing numbers this year, but I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to Twitch. I need to pay more attention, but.
Well, no, absolutely, and it genuinely influences fucking Game of the Year and all the award shows. Twitch is now cemented as like the streamers, the big streamers, and what people are watching now plays a part. You'd be a fool to sit there and believe that your journalists aren't watching Twitch throughout the year. It sucks. But yeah, no, they're watching that shit, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Speaking of award shows though, like I heard that Sony was pulling out of E3 too.
Yeah, they are. That's insane.
It's kind of weird.
That's a dumbass move, man. That's a dumbass move.
Isn't it their 25th anniversary next year?
I believe so.
I think they're planning something for that. I think that's what the thing is. They're gonna pull out of E3 and do their own thing, and then they'll go back next year. Or it's because like the big 3 games that they announced, like Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, and like I don't know, Ghost of Tsushima, because that game looked OD. Like those won't be ready in 2019. Those won't be ready till like late 2020. So like, what are they gonna do next for E3 next year? You know, so it's like they're gonna pull out, do their own thing, and then they'll go back in 2020.
For the last 7 years, Sony has dominated. Not even 7 years. I'm gonna say 6. Realistically, 6, right? Or no, 7 years is probably good too. For the last 7 years, Sony has dominated E3 when it comes to games. Excuse me.
Yeah, they've been killing it. They've been snapping, man. Like, honestly, like I feel like them pulling out, like they don't like the last couple shows they've showed the same shit, like a bunch of the same shit, and most of those games came out. They've been showing Spider-Man, God of War, all that shit. It came out already. Like what more could they really show? They got like I think Days Gone or some shit coming out now, and that's like early next year or some shit. Like I don't know. Like they probably just feel like they don't need it. Like I don't know.
And that's the wrong mentality to take, because you need to continue to push the envelope and stay ahead of the curve, right? Like all it takes is 1 year for the general public to say, oh, Xbox One, right? And suddenly people are buying Xboxes.
Man, Sony's gonna be alright regardless.
All it takes.
Sony's gonna be fine regardless.
Well, obviously, we say that now, right? All it takes is literally Xbox to show up and say, hey, games, players, yada yada yada.
Hey, buy this discless Xbox.
PC
They gonna do shit.
Generation is over.
PC
Generation is
integration.
done.
Every game that you purchase on Steam, Origin Access, fucking Ubisoft software,
the pipe dream
all
from
that
heaven.
shit, you can play that shit on your Xbox. All it takes is for them to say that once. Guess what's gonna happen?
Nah, man.
Paradigm is gonna switch, and now some people are gonna be buying Xbox. You say nah, but trust me.
Have you seen how big the gap is in sales?
No, I have, because I worked at Amazon 2 years ago. I worked at Amazon during the holidays when I was packaging fucking PlayStation. No, trust me, I've seen the shit firsthand. I've seen it.
Still think one E3 is gonna change it,
dude. All it takes is a little spark, and I'm saying this as this, right? Like, how many of you guys listen to hip hop?
Facts.
Everybody.
Okay, so you all listen to hip hop, right? All it takes is Eminem to drop a little bit of an album, and now suddenly everybody's saying, hey, have you listened to the new Eminem?
No.
And now suddenly the conversation enters, oh yeah, man, that new Eminem is fire, man. He was talking about this, that, and the third. It doesn't matter if Eminem is fucking lying on his album, which, again, if we're talking about hip hop, his last album, he was lying like a motherfucker. But whatever, all it takes is Eminem just dropped a new album, and now suddenly it's just fire, right? Same fucking thing when it comes to games.
You know about
people
It's a
are
little bit
just
different.
fucking.
I get your point. But what I'm saying is that Sony already pretty much announced pretty much everything they have coming the rest of the generation. What are they going to do? Announce it again? I mean, they can show gameplay throughout the whole year. They can drop a trailer here, a trailer there. They don't really need a whole event at E3 to maintain the moment.
So you're saying Microsoft as a company can't come out and say, hey, we're doing this integration.
They would have to drop a nuke, bro. Like they would have to come out with some crazy shit, bro.
They would have to have the best cards in their hand possible.
Goddamn nuke.
It's not,
bro.
It is. Integration is the fucking nuke. Optimization.
Integration is not the nuke. That's a hot.
No. That's a lie. That's a lie. Optimization. Optimization on the Xbox console. You're saying optimization and integration on the Xbox console is not a goddamn nuke.
Hold on, am I talking to Kid Smooth right now?
You're bullshitting.
Am I talking to Kid Smooth right now?
Hold on, like I feel like they are trying to push like
fucking rolling them.
Because
I'll be honest. I'm gonna ask you a simple question right now.
Go for it.
You're telling me that an Xbox that is optimized and integrated for PC level graphics will not beat the goddamn curb stomp out of a PS4. You're telling me
never happen now. It would cost too much.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying if they drop that shit tomorrow, you're telling me that people won't literally look at the Xbox like, yo,
Yeah, but
it
then
got-
here's the problem with that though.
Price tag.
Here's the
It's no
problem.
games.
Yeah, two problems. One, the price tag, and two, with that price tag, you're gonna be at the point where you're not competing with the PS4, you're competing with the literal PC at that point.
Dude, they
Mm.
they already have the price tag. They're already competing against entry level PCs. Entry level PCs used to be $500.
But you're
Are
using
they-
a much more powerful system.
Dude, no, we already have a 4K Xbox. That's my point.
Yeah, why? Yeah, but
It's
why
not real
does? So why
4K.
hasn't
Yeah,
people
that's
jump
my
ship
point.
now? Like, why hasn't everybody bought an Xbox One X then?
Again,
It's no games.
we're talking about comparisons amongst people who are educated, right? Again, we're
Okay.
talking about a different metric. People who are educated are not buying an Xbox S or Scorpio, Xbox X. Why? Because hey, I'll save a little bit of money. I'll buy a 10 series card, 1050 Ti, 1060, and I'll get mid-level graphics on the PC that are better than the Xbox, right? Cool,
Mhm.
fine,
Or
whatever.
they're just getting a pro.
Again, cool, fine, whatever. So now let's again draw the conversation back to people who aren't privy to that. We're talking about people who buy consoles. We're not talking about PC base at all right now whatsoever. We're not talking about PC base. Let's be real in our conversation. We're not talking about PC base. You can prove your point with PC base all fucking day long, but we're not talking about PC base. We're talking about
Facts.
console guys. Your auntie, your fucking uncle who are buying a goddamn console for their fucking shitty ass son, daughter, whatever.
Facts.
These
Them little
motherfuckers
nigglets.
are buying a goddamn console, and you know what's happening? They're sitting in there on the goddamn forum that both me and you are visiting, and they're sitting there. Oh yeah, man, I get 4K on my console. No, the fuck you don't. You get shitty ass 30 hertz accelerated on a shitty ass console that can barely push 4K. And we're talking about 4K and streaming a goddamn movie in Netflix. Not even talking about 4K in a goddamn video game. So shut the fuck up. But that's not the conversation. We're talking about, hey, if Microsoft released a console that said, hey,
Is this gonna end anytime soon?
it is, because
Goddamn long ass monologue.
yeah, no, I like to talk, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, obviously. That's
We're
obvious.
releasing
Everybody
an
knows.
Xbox.
It's lit.
We're releasing an Xbox console that's optimized from the software side. And if you know anything about software, not hardware, again, let's talk real gaming shit if you want to have that conversation. Because trust me, I'm gonna run circles out of you all around y'all bitch ass. It's optimized on the
I think Casey's
software
laughing
side.
because he knows who he's talking to.
Yeah,
Nah,
'cause
he's
I'm
laughing
a
at what I'm
piece of
putting in the chat.
I'm a piece of shit when it comes to software side. Like, trust me, I know my shit.
Hold on, can I ask one question before we continue? Are you an Xbox fanboy?
I'm gonna continue.
I can make
I'm
a
not.
point?
I'm
That's
a
my
PC
question.
guy. I'm a PC
Nah,
guy. I'm a
okay.
PC guy.
Okay.
In my core, I'm a PC guy. So I'm gonna say this right now. So Xbox, Microsoft releases a console that is optimized on the software side for PC integration, PC fucking optimization. It's a console. You're telling me that console is gonna sell less than the PS4. Tell me it will sell less than the PS4, and I'm gonna tell you you're full of shit. You don't know what the fuck
All
you're
right.
talking about.
My answer,
think it
my
will.
answer to that is, at this point in the generation, it still wouldn't catch up to the PS4.
I'm not saying catching up. I'm
I-
saying you're saying it's gonna
If we're
sell.
talking next
sell less.
generation, right? We're talking next gen.
You're talking about. You're saying it's gonna sell less.
No, if we're talking
I
next
think people
gen,
people are just
I
gonna
think
buy the
PS4
cheapest
would have
one, man.
something similar.
People will
And
just buy the cheapest option. That's what happened this generation. The PS4 was cheaper
That's
when they
why
first came out.
I will say you guys are
It
full of
wasn't
shit
just that.
because
It wasn't just that.
you're not looking at actual fucking
Yeah.
metrics. You're
No,
just
whoa,
looking
whoa,
at
whoa, 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 whoa.
You're making a lot of goddamn assumptions. And, you don't
And the
fucking
360 was
talk
cheaper than the
people through.
PS3. My bad.
Wait, are we talking about next generation?
I like how we're skipping
we
over the
talking
fact
about now?
that PC gamers are looking at the console saying, "Hey," which Stiff, by the way, use a controller.
Yeah, I do.
We're
Okay.
skipping over PC gamers.
I'm a console
They're
gamer at
saying,
heart though.
"Hey,
Like I'm really a console gamer, low key though.
it's optimized for PC gaming, so Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
no,
talking
we're
about
skipping over
next
that
generation Xbox, right?
No, not even that. We're just talking about a console. That's optimized
It would
for-
have to be. It would have to be next generation
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
talking
that's what I'm saying.
those
He's
specs.
talking hypothetically.
We're
He's
talking
just
about
making
But
up
I'm
bullshit
saying-
out of his
We're talking
ass.
about software. We're talking about software.
Look,
It's
if
not
PS4
hypothetical.
It's not just
We're
software,
literally
it's
talking about
hardware.
software
You can
developers.
optimize software all you want.
Right.
If you don't have the
Yeah.
hardware to back it up, it doesn't fucking matter.
Here's
So-
where my problem is, because Microsoft has already tried this once and failed, right?
Yeah.
They did.
Because
They did.
no. Here's the thing. They did in a
What-
way.
what-
They
what-
tried it with something else
What
first.
console?
What they did
What
was
console did they try it on?
with the Xbox One. Did they not say, "Oh, it's an all-in-one console. You can plug in your cable box and watch your cable box through the Xbox One. It's all in one."
They said that, but what hardware?
Who does that?
What
Their
hardware?
hardware-
What does that?
What
Their
hardware?
hardware
are you
is
talking
better right
about?
now.
What
Their hardware is better right now.
What hardware are you talking about?
There's only
Realistically,
one.
that's optimized? That's my question.
There's only
You
one
can't
that's
answer
out
my
there.
question. You can't answer my
I'm
question.
answering. Do you not know what the name of the console is? Because I do. I'll tell it to you.
All right, so what's the hardware?
It's Xbox One X. You don't.
Okay,
how do you
so
not
what's the
fucking know this?
hardware? What's the AMD software that's actually the AMD chip that's
Are you
running?
talking about the
It's
CPU?
not-
Are you talking about like
it's,
this?
It's running a version of Windows.
It's AMD. What are you talking
No,
about?
wait. Are we
That-
talking about the
that's
actual parts
hardware.
in the? Are we talking about the
Yeah,
Yeah,
actual?
we're talking about hardware.
What are
That's
you
the
talking
question.
about, dude?
What are you talking about, man? It's AMD
I'm
inside the
lost,
goddamn
man.
fucking
So am
system.
I, because he's talking soft 1 second, hardware the next second. He's bouncing back and
Right,
forth, arguing with himself.
I'm talking software integration for the hardware. It's running an AMD CPU, correct?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Oh, you're
Okay.
talking about an Xbox literally ran PC parts.
All of the consoles are running CPU parts. What are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
they are, but
like if they literally ran like
Fucking Christ, you guys.
so are you saying? Hold on.
goddamn
Let me
dumb.
ask you a
Alright,
question.
Dude,
Let me.
you're the fucking moron.
Hold on.
Go look it up.
Let me
Just
ask you a
'cause it's
question
made
real
by
quick.
AMD doesn't mean that it's a computer part.
Jesus Christ, you
Well,
guys
hold
are
on.
so fucking
Hold on.
dumb. All
Hold
right,
on.
so what's
Jesus, don't
AMD
fucking
CPU?
run in front of a
It's
truck,
running
please.
Volta. It's
Hold
running Volta as a GPU, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, but it's not. Like I don't know if it's
But that's
Volta,
not
but
a
it's
CPU part?
no, you can't buy what's in there right now and put it in a computer.
Oh
It's made
my
specifically
God.
for. It's made specifically
that's-
for the mic. for
That
the
makes it
Microsoft
not a
Xbox.
that makes it not a computer part. That's my question.
I mean, technically,
Okay,
technically,
if
they
you're
are
gonna
computer
argue that way-
parts.
if
They're
you're gonna
just
argue
not
that way,
market. They're just
anything
not.
with a microchip in it is a computer part.
Yeah, they're
Right,
just not
that's
on the
the way you're
market.
arguing.
That's my question.
That's the
That's
way you're
my
arguing.
point. No,
So
it's
so you're
still a
arguing it-
computer part, but it's going to come out. It's going to come out for CPU. My point is, literally, all my point is, as a console, it itself is becoming, hey, and okay, whatever. They're gone.
All right. Well, either way, I think Microsoft they got a chance next generation if they don't fuck it up. But we've been on
Well,
for.
no shit.
Well,
They
yeah,
do.
but they gotta do it right though. They gotta do it right. But
All
We all
I'm
know how that
saying
shit
is, if Microsoft came out with a console next year and said, "Hey, we've been working with PC developers, and now suddenly we are integrated, we are optimized for console and PC integration," suddenly Xbox is ruling the market.
What if PS4
Right.
does the same thing? What if
PS4 is not going to do it though.
Well,
The
not
reason
PS4.
why-
What if PS5 comes out with that whenever it drops?
PS5 is not going to do that. The reason why it's not going to do that is because Sony, as a company, has already proven that they hate PC and console integration, right? They were fighting Epic with Fortnite and all of that shit, right? Like, people didn't want to play Fortnite and PC console comparisons, whatever, right? People didn't want to do that shit. So now we're suddenly in a place where, okay, Microsoft can do that. They can introduce that to players. Players have been bitching about that for months now. I'm talking about actual gamers. We've been bitching about that shit for months. We want optimization on the console side that matches PC side. So now Microsoft is now like suddenly in a place, again, not saying they're going to do this, but But if they did, what do you think's gonna happen?
If they did, I feel like it would help out.
It would be it would be interesting for sure.
But I don't know if it would,
we would have
totally completely win the entire generation just by doing that. Because at the same time, they don't have the games. We need games more.
And that's where I disagree. Market share would actually flip in favor of Microsoft. Market share would flip.
To disagree. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I respect your opinion.
That's fine.
I
That's
just-
fine. It doesn't need to equate to shouting and all of that. Like, doesn't equate to fucking childish ass changing of channels and all that. Like,
but no,
market share.
That shit
in
was
my
lit
opinion,
though. That shit was lit. Low key, that
Yeah,
shit
it
was
was
fun
a
as
good
hell. We about to get the fuck out of here though.
Agreeing with each other is better.
Yeah, that shit was fun, man. We about to get the fuck out of here though. My links in the description. Hit them shits, bro. Deuces, nigga.